YouTube, what's up, Motor guys? What's good, man? It's your boy Darian, man. Bowtie fragrance guy, fashion and fragrance is what we get into. So if you like looking good and smelling great, I think you're gonna like the content on my channel. Just make sure you hit that little subscribe button. Make sure you enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So that way, anytime a new video is uploaded, you'll get notified. On today's video, guys, I'm gonna be talking about a new fragrance and actually kind of getting into a little bit more about a fragrance brand. Okay, it is important, guys, in this journey of fragrances to sample things, try new fragrances, man. Kind of, open up your mind a little bit, expand your palette, so to speak, and try different brands. And this is something that I myself sometimes kind of struggle with because I'll get kind of infatuated with a certain brand. A lot of times the bigger name brands, and really spend a lot of time exploring those brands and the whole nine, and sometimes forget about a little lesser known brands that have a lot of really good gems. And the brand I'm going to talk about today is 100% perfect proof of this particular statement. I'm talking about the brand of Tumi. Now, what they are known for more so worldwide is luggage. All right. And in 2020, I think it was, they had the initial two releases to this particular line, which was Awaken and Unwind. Those fragrances were released in 2020. I'm going to talk a little bit about those, but the main thing I want to focus on today is the brand new release from this brand. It is called Awaken Distilled. My goodness, guys, this is a hidden gem. It's new, but it's still a gem because a lot of people don't talk about this brand. But I'm going to kind of cover off on that specifically and kind of mention some of the other gems in this collection of fragrances that I really think you guys should be knowledgeable of and hear about. So if you want to hear about some hidden gem fragrances, you guys know what to do. Keep it locked right here. I'm gonna run the intro and we'll be back. Let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. Again, in 2020, all right, this particular brand, Tumi, again, which is known for luggage, launched their two initial fragrances from this line, which was Awaken, here's the bottle, and Unwind. Guys, and initially when these fragrances were launched, you can go back and look, I talked about these fragrances. I gave these fragrances some really, really good remarks because I really just felt that, again, let's look at the bottle design first of all. So you have this little locking and unlocking mechanism on the bottle cap. So you twist it and it comes off like this. Now, because the brand of Tumi is known for luggage, they had traveling in mind when they made these bottles. So when they put the cap back on, you have to twist it back. All right. See the red line here? That is an indicator that the bottle's locked, and it locks the atomizer. So the top can't come off. I really like that. Listen, in a world of designer fragrances that is filled with repeats after repeats and a lack of creativity, I give high marks just for things like this nowadays, guys. A creative bottle. All right, so you twist it and you take it off. What a nice touch. Again, makes you really confident while you're traveling that your fragrance won't, spill. The top won't come off of it. So that's a nice, really nice touch in my humble opinion with this particular brand. But in 2020, man, Awaken, this fragrance right here, the original Awaken. We're going to talk about the distilled today, but the original Awaken, really nice fragrance, man. Featured grapefruit, orbanum, a little bit of clary sage in here as well. It was a really nice, solid fragrance. This is something that's, again, not groundbreaking, but really, really easy to wear and a really pleasant fragrance, okay? So I think it was good to come out of the gates with a fragrance like this. And then you had, of course, Unwind, like I mentioned before, this one right here, which was, to me, at the end of the day, this was about fresh lavender and primarily sandalwood. Some folks say this kind of reminds them kind of a Santal 33. I can kind of see that not as much of a huge projector or performer like Santal 33, but I can see it putting people in the mindset of a Santal 33. Sandalwood is the main note here. If you like sandalwood, I think you'll like this one. Now guys, there are a total of 6 fragrances in the range, and in 2021, they created, which I think is still the best to this day, fragrance from this particular line, and it's called Continuum. It's in this bottle right here, again, released in 2021. And this particular fragrance featured the notes of amber, tobacco, a really nice, slightly sweet, warm suede note with musk on the dry down. There's a slight booziness in this one as well. Continuum is phenomenal. And again, didn't hear a whole lot about this fragrance because this isn't a really popular brand as it relates to fragrances. But guys, get this one in your life, okay? I partnered up with So Avant-Garde for this video, and we're going to be doing a giveaway as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video to hear the details of the giveaway of a full bottle of the newest fragrance from this line, which is Awakened Distilled. But guys, you can head over to So Avant-Garde and use my code, which I'll put up here on the screen, to get an additional percentage off. But I would definitely get Continuum in my collection as well. Ambery, boozy tobacco fragrance that I think you guys would love. That's a fantastic release that didn't really get a whole lot of mentions. And in 2022, they had 2 other releases from this line. Atlas, again, another very solid fragrance right here. Atlas features notes of bergamot, grapefruit, geranium, vetiver. This is more of a fresher, one of the fresher fragrances from this line. Definitely spring, summer approved. And again, all these fragrances, in my humble opinion, are very well done. Now they had this one. This is probably my favorite bottle, Kinetic, released in 2022 as well. All right, and this is going to feature notes of amberwood, nutmeg, some teak wood. There's a little bit of a smokiness in this fragrance as well. Again, all of these fragrances, when you talk about scent DNA, are very, very solid, and I do get pretty good performance out of them. So they're well done. And the fragrance that we want to focus on today is the newest release, which is this one. This is Awakened Distilled, which was released this year, 2022. They have a lot of the same notes as the original Awakened, but you're going to get some additional notes here, primarily mandarin orange, lavender, and you get some patchouli on the dry down of this one as well. This is even better than the original Awakened. And you guys out there are going to have a chance to win a free bottle of this. And like I said, I will give you the details of the giveaway in a few moments after I get into talking a little bit more about this fragrance. But whoever gets their hands on this, I think you're going to be really, really satisfied. So Awakened Distilled comes in this, again, bottle that is very reminiscent of the original Awakened fragrance that came out in 2020. But they made some great improvements, in my humble opinion, from the original Awakened with this distilled version in 2023. So one of the things that's different, all the other fragrances from this range are actually EDP concentrations. This is actually an extrait de parfum. All right, so you're gonna get increased performance. All right, get increased performance when you compare this to the original Awakened that was released in 2020. And I also like the fact, of course, at the end of the day, the additional notes, that really juicy mandarin note up top, really, really almost mouth-watering when you smell it. And I love the aromatic lavender in here. The lavender in here, I love lavender in most fragrances because it's a traditional note that's used in a lot of men's fragrances. And it just happens to be a note that I really, really gravitate towards in fragrance because it kind of gives it that clean, traditional feel that you're used to in a lot of men's fragrances out there on the market. Then, of course, on the dry down, the patchouli and amberwood. A lot of fragrances today are using amberwood. Probably 8 out of every 10 designer fragrance that is released is probably going to have amberwood in the fragrance, but it does give a little bit more of a modern take when you compare it to the original Awakened that was released in 2020. So those additional notes, with the fact that this is an extrait de parfum, to me, definitely gives me more of a preference. I have more of a preference, I would say, for this one over the original. And like I said, I don't think anybody that smells this fragrance will be off-put or disappointed in what they smell because it is a really, really solid fragrance. And like I said in the beginning of the video, guys, or at the middle actually, I'm actually partnering up with So Avant-Garde to do a giveaway on a full bottle of distilled. Now, any of the other fragrances that I've mentioned on this video from Tumi, which again, I think you're gonna find some gems here because this isn't a brand or a line that a lot of people are gonna be talking about. But it's not because they don't smell good. And that's why, again, sampling, exploring, trying new fragrances are really important, because you'll stumble across a brand full of gems just like the fragrances that I talked about today. Like I said, guys, Continuum is a phenomenal designer fragrance and nobody really talks about it. Okay, so for instance, those are fragrances, that one, and as well as the other ones from this line, are fragrances that I highly recommend you guys check out. And like I said, I'll link So Avant-Garde to the video, and if you guys use my code, you'll save an additional percentage off if you decide to purchase something, not only from this particular brand and this range of fragrances, but anything on the website. The only brand that you do not get a discount on is Mind Games. All right, but I do have a code Mind Games 10 for that specifically. But you know, like I said, guys, this particular brand, a lot of gems here. I highly recommend you guys sample them, try them out. And I want to give you guys now the information for the giveaway. If you want to participate in the giveaway to win yourself a bottle of this, of course, you have to be a subscriber to this channel. Duh. You have to follow So Avant-Garde on Instagram. That's easy for us to check and see if you're following them on Instagram. And also comment an emoji on this video or how this video made you feel just kind of looking at the video, man. Comment an emoji on the video. Follow So Avant-Garde on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, and actually follow me on YouTube, and you will be entered in the chance to win yourself a bottle of the new bottle from Tumi, Awaken Distilled. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I will keep this giveaway open for a week. So after a week, I will shut it down, and then we will have the random picker choose the winner. I will then go and confirm that the winner actually is following both me and So Avant-Garde on Instagram, and of course that they followed the instruction and put an emoji in the comment section, and then we will choose a winner in a week's time. Now, as always, guys, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information to find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.